Hey guys, Carlo here. Today we're gonna talk about influence and persuasion. Because as marketers, we try to make people take certain actions in order to solve their problems. That's our main mission, right? Is if they have this problem, we have the solution, we have to give it to them. But somehow we figure out that doesn't matter how good my product might be, doesn't matter if I can solve their problem immediately. Somehow we need some tools, we need some techniques in order to persuade people, because doesn't matter if I have the perfect product, I can put them in front of them and tell them this is the product that you need, but they might still not buy, right? It's kind of weird. So that's when I started studying more about the psychology, the marketing, all the science behind of why we do what we do, why people's behavior work in a way that they work. Luckily, we live in a really good time where there's a lot of studies, a lot of people out there. And I was recently reading the Influence book by George Cialdini, and I thought I'm gonna do some videos explaining some really good principles that it's gonna work. They are timeless. Like it doesn't matter what you do, what you're selling, what is the next marketing software and the next thing. All this influence, in a way, methods, weapons, tools are pretty much the same. They're like these principles. So today we're gonna talk about three main things, which is triggers, shortcuts, and then contrast. These are the three weapons that we're gonna learn today. You're gonna watch this video, and at the end of the day you're gonna see and you're gonna have these three references, so you can persuade more, so you can have these unique weapons in order to get traffic, to get people, to get that thing that you have that can solve their problem into them. So let's start. What are triggers? Basically, triggers are a thing, a something, an action, and stimulus that triggers some behavior. So let's say in nature, there's a lot of big fishes that have a lot of little fishes. Have you ever seen them that they clean their teeth and you're like, why wouldn't they just bite them and eat them? It's because they developed this technique, this trigger, where they make this unique dance, like a pattern, so this big fish knows that he's not a threat, that he's there to clean his teeth and help him with bacteria and other stuff. So basically, this trigger helps him know that it's not a threat. So a lot of other fishes learn how to do this unique dance, so they do it, and then he like gets all passive and then he bites it up and eats it. So we have learned that we can emulate these triggers. It's just like mosquitoes. Like you know, everyone knows that if you put a light, the mosquitoes are gonna go there, and there's a lot of these things that attract mosquitoes and they burn it up, right? That's a trigger. We know that light triggers mosquitoes. And just like that, there's a lot of other triggers that behavior. And I'm gonna tell you why this works and what is the purpose behind all this. So we're going to the next point, which is shortcuts. Basically, as human beings, we have so much stimulus, so much things going on. Even if you see this image, you're gonna see like this and this and this and all the things that are in this video, in this reality. We need to funnel them down, because if not, we were getting crazy. It's just like reading a book. Imagine if you could like read a book and remember every single word of every book that you read in your whole life. You will get crazy because of a massive amount of data. So we need to filter down this stuff in order to live, in order to do stuff more efficiently also. So as human beings, we develop these shortcuts to get the results we want in less time. A really shortcut that it's really common is that expensive stuff equals good quality. Like a lot of us have it, and we know that if something is expensive, we assume that it's good quality, right? So we don't have to take it and see the product and see the materials and see everything that it got. You can just say, okay, it is expensive, it's good quality, and that's it. So that's a really common shortcut, and we use it everywhere, guys. It's like colors in categories, in stereotypes, even in culture. When you see like, okay, this kind of people and this kind of people and this religion and this nationality and this, and we start just chunking people up in groups, in shortcuts, so we can refer to them in a way that it's easier. Even culture, even everything that you're taught, it's a shortcut. So when something triggers it down, you remember the triggers, you know what is your action, what you need to do. So basically it goes like this. Something triggers a shortcut in you, you take a mindless action which gives you like an expected result, which is lower energy, and that means survival, right? We all our bodies, all our purpose is to survive, right? So for example, let's say that expensive is good. So you go and you see a couple shirts. One shirt is $100 and another is 20, and you want to get like a really good shirt. So you see like, okay, I'm gonna get the 100 one, which means better quality. So I see the shirt, it says $100. That's a trigger for me. It triggers that pattern in me. I take a mindless action, which is buying it. So I don't have to think about every single feature of the shirt, where does it come from, and blah 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 blah. I just go and watch it. It's a shortcut. I spend less energy and I'm happy with it, and that's it. So we use shortcuts for everything, guys. Every habit, like if you think about it, even the habits that we get are like eating well, doing exercises, all these things are like shortcuts in order to get something. It's like a program we have, so we take some action and we get the results that we want. And obviously they don't always work, but it's like a good technique, because if don't, we will spend our whole days thinking about every single thing that we did. Like we wouldn't even eat stuff because we were like, oh, what does it have, and this and this, and the effect that's gonna have on me, and all these different things. So as human beings, we need shortcuts. And the thing here, guys, is that most of us don't even realize how much shortcuts we have. And the important thing here, guys, is that those who knows how those shortcuts work, how those trigger works, can control you, because you're gonna be in a vulnerable position, because you're just taking mindless action with these shortcuts, with these things that you have learned in the past, that you had figured out that they'd work somehow. So basically we are gonna get in this side, we're gonna get in the side of the ones who knows how they work in order to use them. This is the dangerous part also, because there's a lot of scammers out there, a lot of people that want to influence you into doing bad things, into ripping you off, getting your money. So we're gonna take the good side. We're gonna say, okay, I have this amazing product, this amazing thing that I know that truly works, that truly helps people, and we're gonna use these tools for the good, to get people in a state or in a thing that we consider that it's good. We're not gonna be scammers, we're not gonna be, because when you say the word persuasion, a lot of people think like, yeah, you're scamming people, right? You're making them do something that they don't want, but you're basically using these tools for the good. So let's see the third one. The third one is called contrast. As I was talking yesterday in the sales letters, we need contrast in order to see stuff. Let's say a white paper and you can see the black letters, right? We use it everywhere. But the interesting thing here, guys, is that let's say that you have like a cold bucket of water, a regular temperature one and a hot one. If you put your hands in the cold one and then in the regular one, you're gonna feel that it's colder than it actually is. So if you take both and you put both your hands in the hot, cold, and then you put them in the regular one, you're gonna feel this hand hotter and this one colder, even though this water is the same. Why? Because of the contrast, because of where do you come from. And in sales, in marketing, a lot of people use this with prices, with stuff. Let's say like you're buying a car, right? And your car is, let's say that it's expensive, and they then sell you some extras. So let's say that the car is $100,000, $100,000, 100K, and then out of nowhere they tell you, yeah, you're gonna got this extra and this and this, and this extra is only 200, and it's only this. So obviously, if you have already spent 100K, one extra for 1K, it's gonna seem like nothing. That's why, because a lot of people, when they are selling stuff, they offer you the most expensive one at first, because if you say yes, the other extras, the other parts are not gonna seem so big. Or also, when you see like people selling courses and they're like, yeah, this is $1,000 course, $100 course, and a $15 course. So you see the most expensive one, the middle one, and then the cheapest one. So the middle one is not gonna look so bad, because you're like, okay, I can't spend 1K, but at least I can get this one that is $100. So you see the contrast, guys. You can use this contrast weapon, this contrast tool, in order to make some stuff look way better or look like it's nothing. Like spending $100 is nothing in comparison to the 1,000. Or you sell them a high ticket thing, and then those upsells, those other things, they don't seem like anything. Like you can buy a $1,000 course and they say, yeah, spend 100 more for these bonuses and all this stuff. I already spent 1,000, 100 more is nothing. So those are the 3 tools, guys: triggers, shortcuts, and contrast. So use them out, think about it, get the book Influence by George Cialdini, read it yourself, and hope you liked it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you later.